Hey partners, really excited because today we have Rocky Gibraltar. Let's get into it.
You're watching Today I Grew Up.
Hey partners, most of my views come from non-subscribers, so please consider subscribing today, hit that alert so you'll be notified for future videos. It helps me as I'm on my way to 100,000 subs this year. Really appreciate it. First of all, thank you so much to my friend from the UK for working with me, buying this from a company called Smith's Toys. It's obviously made by Mattel. This is made for 2021, brand new Toy Story toys. And this is the biggest Rocky we've ever gotten officially by Mattel. It's amazing. Mattel released a Rocky figure. It was only about 5 inches tall, and he came with a little weight thing. It was like a Toys R Us exclusive. I remember that. I was never able to get that, and then they went on eBay for like 500 bucks. So that was a little too crazy for me. But now, thanks to my friend from the UK, I hope they bring this to the US markets, but we don't know when that's going to happen. So for now, the UK is starting to get these, so hopefully we see a US release soon. Here on the top it says Rocky Gibraltar, and in different languages. And it says right here, collect, and then collect in a bunch of different languages. Then we have Woody here, and the Jesse, and some Brave figures, and Rocky himself looking really buff and strong. I wish he would have come with a weight, but that's okay. Here's all the information. As you can see, it says UK back here. CA, I think that stands for Canada. So I hope it's not just a UK Canadian exclusive. I hope that they do bring it to US market. As of right now, we're not 100% sure yet. So I will probably be saving this packaging because it's really nice. But of course, I'm going to take him out of his cardboard, and let's take a closer look at his articulation. Well, with not too much effort, he has these stretchy bands that hold him in place. So I was actually able to slide him out without destroying the package, which is nice. So I could probably just put him back in here if I ever wanted to put him back on display. But definitely something for you to know. You don't have to destroy your box to get him out. That was actually really easy to do. And here we have Rocky outside of his packaging, and wow, I am just blown away. What an obscure character. We only saw Rocky in Toy Story 1 and Toy Story 2, and then what happened to him? We don't know where he went. For those of you who don't know, his hair is supposed to be the Rock of Gibraltar, which is actually a real rock in the Mediterranean Sea, so you can Google that. First of all, let's get a good 360 view of Rocky. Really buff. I really like that he's articulated, which means if we do stop motions, which I plan to do in the future with him, or live action, it's nice that he has articulated limbs. But I really think, in my opinion, Mattel did an amazing job with the sculpting. Obviously, Rocky's supposed to be about 12 inches tall or more. This one is 7 inches tall, so he is too short to be movie accurate scale. But that doesn't bother me because it's still the biggest Rocky they've ever released. So it's the closest we're going to get. But his profiles are awesome, and as you can tell, he is lacking some detail on his boots. If you see Rocky from the movie, his boots have a red outline. But, I can probably mod that and do some red painting on his shoes later on to kind of match his belt area. Let's look at the articulation. So now for articulation, first let's start with his head. It goes side to side. So there's no back and forth motion. He can just go side to side, which isn't too bad. It's not like you want him to go 360 anyways with the head sculpt, but that's what it looks like when you turn his head. Also, his arms are awesome because they do go 360 each side like that. And also there is a joint in here, like a butterfly joint they call it, where his arms can swing out. So you can see there's a little bit of a hole there, but that's okay. That's just as far as he stretches. So if you just bend it back like that, you can hide that. So his arms do stretch out really wide. And of course he's got his elbow. It only goes one way, up or down this way. It doesn't go back that other way. But it's fine because he can still swing out and flex his muscles. What's really awesome is his wrist is 360. So there's a 360 spin on his wrist. So that is really nice because if you have a weight on him, which I plan to add for working out, you can have him kind of posed to lift a barbell over his head, or you can do that for like individual weights. So you can kind of have the appearance that he's flexing or working out, which is really amazing. So I really like the articulation on the arms. Very muscular, very nice. Also, like, just his pecs, man, he is ripped. Look at his back. His huge back muscles too. Really crazy. It's almost like he's hunching over because his muscles are too big. Now let's look at this. It's a little bit different than the movie, but it's pretty close. I am not going to complain. It's still a nice decal. I've seen some people already modify this. I don't know if I will. I think it's fine, but we'll see for the future. Waist articulation goes side to side. I don't want to go farther than this because it stops, and I don't want to break it if it's not meant to go 360. So that's as far as I'm comfortable moving at. His knee joints have this articulation, so it goes forward and back, so you can pose him different ways. And also his legs actually are pretty crazy. They have that little butterfly joint too, so they could swing out and they go 360. So similar to his arms, his leg joints have this crazy butterfly joint, so it definitely can swing out really crazy. You could do some crazy kicks or stuff like that. But yeah, his legs are pretty crazy articulated. You can like cannonball if you want into a swimming pool or skydive. But pretty nice. A little unnecessary. They give him too much articulation, but I don't think we can really complain about too much articulation, right? Now, have you ever seen Rocky do the splits? Now, one thing I want to mention is his head feels pretty solid, but his body seems a little hollow. So it's not cheap because it's not thin or flexible plastic. It's still pretty tough, but you can tell the body's pretty hollow. His legs are more solid and his head's more filled in for a full like plastic piece, but his body's definitely more hollow. It's probably because he's just really buff and really big, so they couldn't really fill it in. But yeah, definitely something to notice. But he's pretty light. He is not that heavy at all. Let's do some quick size comparisons with other Toy Story characters. Now here we have Rocky with my custom Toy Story QC hockey puck. This is the rare Disney on Ice Wheezy exclusive from Toy Story 2. And then this is my Toy Story Collection Cloud Pattern Buzz and my 2009 Cloud logo Toy Story Collection Woody. And they look really great together. Rocky, although he's supposed to be a lot taller, he still scales well with these guys. If you're doing live action or stop motion, if you put him in the background, you probably couldn't tell he's not movie accurate size until you compare him with one of these larger figures. For me, even though he's not movie accurate, I still really love his scale because he's the biggest Rocky we've ever gotten from Mattel. So Mattel, thank you so much for making Rocky, because he almost seems to be forgotten after Toy Story 2. The last two movies, we've never seen or heard of him. So we really don't know what happened to Rocky after Toy Story 2. So it's really nice to add this to the collection. Well, partners, what do you think of this awesome Mattel Rocky 7-inch scale figure? I was just as surprised as you guys that 2021 is bringing us brand new Toy Story toys. I'm still on the hunt for this in the US market, not yet. Will you be picking up this Rocky? They have some on eBay right now. They are a little pricey because you're going to have to pay shipping costs. But to me, it's worth it to get something that's this rare, because honestly, I don't know what Mattel was thinking, but I'm glad they made this because it's a really rare, obscure character from Toy Story. We may never see this in the toy market again, but you never know. It's 2021 and we got this brand new Rocky. Well, with that information, we're going to wrap up with Rocky. I hope you really enjoyed my review. I'm having a great time on YouTube. Please, if you haven't already, subscribe, hit that notification so you're notified for future videos, as I'm on my way to 100,000 subs this year. Let me know in the comment section below, are you going to plan on picking up this Rocky figure if you can? What's your favorite 2021 Mattel Toy Story release this year? Definitely for me is Rocky, Combat Carl, and I can't wait to get the new Woody and Stinky Pete 2-pack in a box because that looks pretty amazing. I'll see you partners all in the next video review.